what are you looking at? Hopefully you are looking at some buildings over in the distance there, the new bridge that wasn't there before. There's a reason for that, and that is because last episode it was not a normal episode. It was not a normal episode from the world of Chez. Welcome back to the world of Chez, by the way. And it was a theory episode on my new series, The Magic of the Musical. If you haven't watched it yet, I would recommend it. I basically rant about the magic behind the music and choreography of a musical. This week we did Mary Poppins. It's every last end of the month, so please go and watch it. Show your support if you like musicals, because no one else has actually done this on a YouTube video, which is ridiculously rare from what I've seen. Anyway, so we made this bridge just look prettier, gave it some supports. It's a new type of bridge. I don't know how I feel about it, but I think I'll keep it. And just 2 more house facades. Don't think I'm really gonna do much with them, but yeah, it was fun. And then not last week, the week before that, we played around with the spear, which I I do still have it. Look at me go. Yeah, we played around with the spear, and then we built Philip a little Philip enclosure for Philips. Specifically Philips as the happy guests, but only happy guests that are called Philip, obviously. Anyway, this episode I have new plans. My new plans is that I want to go to a different level of the cave. Da da da. Yeah, so currently on the cave we've only got things at ground level up there, or floor level of that ledge. I don't know. We've got buildings at that level along there, and then we have buildings at this level. And last episode I showed you what these buildings look like from beneath, and they look pretty funky. This week I want to make a start on planning one of probably the biggest builds I'm going to have in this base, and that is going to be the library, because I like books. Now, the library I want to have on there, up on here, and I want to include the water somehow. I'm thinking potentially I can have like a dome maybe over here. I've not thought too deep into it. I want to use this area, but I'm not sure how. Potentially just have the building up there, and then have like turrets coming down here with the waterfalls. Oh, hello. Okay, sure mate, whatever you say. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do with this, but I really want to do something. I think, yeah, I'm gonna have a big flat building up at the top there, like a big circle, I think. And then I'm gonna have some turrets on it, and the turrets I want to extend down into points along here and here. And I think it's best to finish lighting up this area first, so that I can do it without trouble from any of my friends. Hey dude, you're right. You having a nice time? Oh, that was my only arrow, sure. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna light up some torches with these caves. Switch that around. And then we're going to begin building our lovely little library that probably won't be that little. So we're back with some plans up here, and I think that now is some time to introduce a little bit of a backstory. Not necessarily a backstory, but a bit of lore behind it. That is a baby zombie. No thank you, good sir. Escape. Even though I have full diamond armor, I'd probably still die to that. So I think it's time to introduce a small smattering of lore. So in this world we have, all of our buildings are very raggedy and they're very piratey because they're pirates. They are very, very good craftsmen, but at the end of the day, most of the time they're on a ship, and all of these things are really, really, really old, these buildings. So they're a bit out of shape, a bit out of whack. But I want my world to glorify literature. Not necessarily actual literature as in books, but I'm thinking cartography, the maps, the tomes of how the sea works, when the tides come in, etc, etc. So I want this building to be a little bit more glamorous than the others, and I want it to almost look like it was made for pirate royalty. Like they've taken so many riches and put it into this building. So I think we'll go through what I want this to look like. Firstly, we've got this building. This building is going to have walls along here and small slitted windows. So, well, not necessarily slitted, but 2 block windows here, 2 block windows there, across all sides. It's going to have a lot of light in this build, or it would have a lot of light in if we weren't in a cave. And then we're going to have a domed roof. There will be a lip along the edge, probably made of half slabs, but I've not added that on in terracotta because, well, I couldn't be bothered. Anyway, oh, you're looking at my back. At the top, I think I will probably just cover that up, since this is certainly the more enclosed of the two. But yeah, who knows. I'm thinking this one, I want to be the library part of the library with books and whatnot. And I'm sure there will be some forms of storage. I might put my enchanter in here, to be honest. I might move it out of there and plop it back in here. But then if we take a step over here, oh, the baby zombie's still there. You know what? Oh, can zombies grow up? Is that a thing? 'Cause that zombie was there. Oh no, they can't grow up. Papa just came along. Anyway, now we've got rid of him. Or her, I won't assume. I think now we're going to come over to here. Here I want 4 entrances on the cardinal directions, and I might have something on each edge, and I will of course have some sort of bridges connecting them to the water, connecting them across the water to the land. There we go. The walls of this are going to be pillars, similar to sort of Greek neoclassical style. And then there's going to be the arches up here, and then from the arches I will put a roof, and the roofs, the 4 points of the roofs will meet in the middle into that little circle. I might add a sort of skylight there or a dome, I don't know. And then the roofs will come down in a diagonal. So that's the general plan of this build. I think that although I've put the outline on the floor, there probably won't be one. The materials is what I'm wondering about, and since it's probably going to be 2 episodes before I fill all of this in, since next episode we're going to the Nether, part 2, we're probably going to think about it. If anyone actually sees this video, other than the one person who watches it. If anyone sees it, please give me ideas. Block palette is the sort of building that leans into quartz so beautifully, but would pirates be using quartz? And how can I fit that into the rest of the buildings? I definitely want something light and airy, but I feel like it doesn't lend itself to the same block palette as up here. I think this one is easier to make into that block palette. I'd probably use some dried mud bricks, spruce and all sorts of things, and then colourful glass, because glass was expensive in piratey times. But over there, how do I link that in? I'm also contemplating making a actual skylight for this one, or that one really, since that one's made of glass, because I just think it would be quite nice if I could somehow dig upwards to reveal the sky. And by somehow I mean using this and repairing this many times. Regardless of that, we will think about it. It will be fine. And worst comes to worst, I just do it in quartz and I make something up as to why the pirates are using quartz. And I try my best to make it blend well. Now we're going to prepare for next episode. And you might ask, Chez, what's happening next episode again? I've forgotten. If you've forgotten, that's okay, because I'm going to tell you now. We're going to go into the Nether, and we're going to turn all of my diamond gear into netherite gear. That involves quite a lot of gear and, you know, a bit of preparation, because as we all know, we can't get a netherite thing without a smithing template. Now, I know where a bastion is. I found a bastion, and I nearly died in that bastion, but that's okay. That's a-okay, because now I have all the gear to be good. I don't know why I'm up here again. I've moved my diamonds downstairs, and I still have a shockingly large amount of stuff here. Oh, I could build with mangrove. Hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I might smatter in some mangrove there. So I think for diamonds to replicate the lovely little thing, it will be perfectly fine. I have quite a lot of diamonds now. It will use up a lot of them, but whatever. I have whatever that number is, 75 diamonds. So that should be okay. I will need, 8 times each item. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, I need 80 diamonds. Okay. Unless I use up my original smithing template, which I'm not willing to do. And that's going to be 88 diamonds if I need a spear. Well, I guess we're going to have to do some diamond mining. As for gold, since we've got, what was it? I think 10 items. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then our armor. So again, we're going to need a bit more gold for the spear. And then, what's the other thing we need? Of course, we need some gold armor. Now, what armor do we think is easiest? Right, my helmet's got the lowest protection. So for the nether, we're going to use a gold helmet so I don't get attacked. I'm going to go and sit and get some XP, and then we can enchant it. In the last clip, I told you I'm going to sit and get a bunch of XP, and I didn't tell you how. You might also notice that I have not moved my camera yet. That's because I've had to retake this clip about 4 times because I keep showing the secret, which isn't much of a secret. Because as I was caving one day to look for my diamonds, which I found a couple of, then I discovered a thing which I've not used yet. Can you guess what it is yet? I'm moving it. Can you guess what it is? It's a spawner. It's a zombie spawner, which is good because I can turn rotten flesh into emeralds with my cleric friend. And while we've already had one time lapse, and I'm not going to make another time lapse because, well, that involves effort and I don't have the time to do that this week, I am going to turn around and I'm going to make this, and it's going to be beautiful, or maybe not beautiful, but at least vaguely pretty. I might beautify the killing chamber, because every good Minecraft base needs a killing chamber. But first, I think I'm going to go and dump a bunch of the stuff. It was a good spawner. I didn't actually pick up any of the loot when I was here last time. But yeah, it's a good spawner. Not a fan of copper horse armor. Though, do I have horse armor upstairs? I feel like I do. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go away and I'm going to hide in this corner. And when I turn around, and now wait till you see what we have when we turn around. You might have noticed my levels changing. I have done some grinding, and there's nothing there. There's a wall and a mildly full chest of deep slate and other stuff that I don't really want, like copper horse armor, because from what I understand, copper armor is terrible. But you can hear them, you can hear the zombies, they're in there. You can walk around through this tunnel, and it's the green room. I've sort of simulated having a roof in here, even though there isn't actually a roof because it's underground. We also have tinted glass, so you can not really watch what's going through because you can't see anything. And then, le piece de la resistance, my zombie farm is actually far more efficient than I thought it would be. Like, I might have to invest in a magma block killer thingy, what's it? Because it is quite scarily efficient. Unless, of course, I do some redstone and I manage to do some funky thing where I have lights in there. But yeah, job's a good one. Anyway, so now we've got 30 levels, I think we're going to toddle up to my enchantment room. And we're going to enchant this golden hat right here. So, offeth we poppeth to the land of Mary Poppethins. Nope, not Mary Poppins, that was last episode, last video. Different series, same channel. You know, go watch it. If you still haven't watched it, go watch it. Shameless self-promotion. And if we just totter up here, jump across the bridge and into our enchantment room. And I have no lapis, of course I don't. Whee! And we get some lapis, and then we pop back up. Ow, ow. No! 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 Oh, that is... Honestly, I feel like that would be used so well to make a trap. But it's also really depressing. Let's get that back. Helmet goes in. Protection 2. Protection 2 again. Protection 4. Sure, we'll take it. It doesn't actually matter that much, really. I just thought I'd enchant it because I thought that would be helpful. Oh, and we are basically nether ready. As I told you earlier, I went out and I got myself some more diamondos, and I now have nearly 2 stacks of diamonds for replicating our templates. I'm gonna go into my magic villager farm and get loads of arrows because I don't have infinity on this bow. I've got mending instead. I'm gonna clear out all of this stuff, and then I think we are ready to go to the nether, which is a bit of a scary thought, to be honest, fighting in a bastion. But before we go, I think I'm going to dump these books in here. What books are they? Fortune 2, Fire Aspect 2. I actually don't have Fire Aspect on my sword. I think I'll add that, and then I'll pop that in there. Make my sword one bit better. And for anyone who's forgotten, these books were from the chests in the spawner. There's also, I discovered, a bit further below, a skeleton spawner. And I probably won't turn that into another spawner farm because, well, I don't need to. But it's useful to know that's there. And I say I don't need to because I'm not using a load of moss at the minute. Might need it in the future for that. And I have arrows from my Fletchers. Anyway, I think it should be time to grab some food. I will recap what we've done very, very quickly, and then it's time to go. So if you remember what's happened, which I probably don't, then skedaddle now, I guess. To recap, we have gone and showed the builds from last episode and done shameless self-promotion on my new series, The Magic of the Musicals. Go watch it. I think that's the second time I've shamelessly self-promoted in 5 minutes. Look at me go, I'm on a roll. We've also planned out our library, which I'm not sure what blocks we're going to use, but it's going to look really cool. We've then gone and prepared ourselves for the nether to get netherite next episode. That was so smooth. Oh, I'm so cool. Anyway, yeah, we're preparing to get netherite next episode. That's all peachy. Got the diamonds to make smithing templates. Got some gold as well. I don't know if it's enough, but it's not the hardest thing to come by, so I'm sure I'll be fine. And then finally, we made ourselves a little mob grinder down there, which actually took ridiculously less time than I thought it would. And it was also my entirely own design, might I add. I completely winged it. I've made it once before with a video, but I don't think it's the same style, so look at me go. Anyway, I have been Chesburger9896. This has been the World of Ches. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later.